Hey Minecraft, Kallan here, and welcome back to another episode on the FutureCraft survival server. It is episode 6, and today we're starting things off in front of the villager that trades heads in the what's going to be the achievement room. I'm also joined here by Penguin Boy 409, otherwise known as Redstone Engineer, and we have Baby Blaze behind me, stalking Penguin. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do today. We're probably going to do the cobble gen. It's all way over there. But we're just gonna gather the materials for it and so on and so forth. So we're here at the cobble gen site with the massive lava pit that Redstone Engineer here put together. We haven't got all the lava buckets that we're gonna be needing for the cobble gen. Most of the materials for the build. So it's been around 30 minutes and we've gotten I've gotten at least half of the machine done. All we have to do is link it up with the clocks, and then Redstone Engineer over here, he will build the other side of it. And then Blaze, I don't know, maybe he'll sort out the TNT duplicator at the top. Or,
yeah, you can work on the TNT duplicator.
But there's a running gag that, like, I'm the only one that can build a TNT juicer, because every time these two build it, it never works.
It doesn't work.
Exactly.
Like, even if we build it identical, it does not work.
So it's now the next day on the server, and I've just built up the second side of the cobblestone gen, and now the Pharaoh is building the TNT juicer, which will fall into the obsidian, breaking all the cobblestone, and it will be transported to our storage system, where we also have big plans for that. We'll have a storage system and a lever that will decide whether if you want to smelt your cobblestone or if you want to just have it go to storage. So it's been about 5 hours since the last clip, and we have not made much progress. We put in the TNT juicer, but it doesn't work. It works, but we can't get the timings right, and it's blown up this clock multiple times. It's also blown up parts of the machine, so we had to do plenty of repair jobs on that.
It's pretty sad.
This thing's gonna take forever, and I don't like it. We are finally done with the flipping TNT juicer. It took forever to configure, and even now it's not actually properly configured. But it's good enough. It works fine. We don't actually need it to be as efficient as it is. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna build the collection system and storage system. But I really can't be bothered to build the smelter for this episode. We're probably just gonna work on another project.
It'd be great to do it later, so I think we'll do that in another video.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with it. So, the next farm that we're going to be building is the raid farm, and I'm here with Redstone Engineer. So, the first thing that we have to do to actually start building the raid farm is we're going to have to actually tear it down to the first floor. And then once we're done, we're going to have to get rid of all the pillagers outside. And then we have to build out the exterior of the farm, and then we should be done. So, I'm going to do a little time lapse with Redstone Engineer of us breaking the entire outpost. It's been about 17 minutes, and Redstone Engineer and I have managed to tear down the entire post down to its first level, where there are a lot of angry villagers and actually pillagers sitting outside trying to kill us.
So we're gonna start building the raid farm.
Yeah, but first, before we actually do that, we're gonna have to flatten out all the land around us to condition it for the farm.
The raid farm is now finished. It has taken us 2 days to build it, and most of the work was me. It's a really efficient farm, and it's working just like a charm here on the server. So the way that this farm works is that we have a villager sitting right here, and all the pillagers that will spawn will pathfind towards this villager, and then fall down the hole. And when we're in our AFK spot, we'll just keep hitting them until we hit a pillager with a banner, and then we'll trigger a raid. We'll trigger a raid simply because all you need to make a place a village is a bed, a workstation, and a villager. Then the place will be considered a village and you will be able to trigger raids there. This farm works really well. It's designed by Pufferfish HQ and Raiseworks, so I'll link both their channels in the top right hand corner right now.
So another farm was built off camera a while ago here on the FutureCraft server. A few of the members got together, including myself. Zephyro, I think Blaze also helped. We got together and made a relatively small gold farm. So the way that this farm works is that you just aggro some pigmen, like so. Then they get super mad and they start trying to pathfind towards you to come and kill you. This is Ilmango's design, by the way. So they fall down through these anvil holes. It's simply anvils so that we can fit 2 pigmen at a time to increase the efficiency even more. And then they get killed by entity cramming because we have at least 25 minecarts in there. And entity cramming can kill you pretty quickly if you're not careful. And then all the drops and XP get collected and put into these hoppers. The XP doesn't, obviously, but you can AFK here all night, and then you sit on top of this trapdoor, and you'll get all the XP you need for at least quite a little bit. And I have tons and tons of gold nuggets. If you're wondering why it's called Butter Nugget, Zephyro, he made a resource pack for the server that changes all the names. So I've got Exploding Booster, Cooked Bird, and I've got Teleporter Crate. Yeah, it's a pretty strange one. Blaze and I have decided that we're going to be building a new food source for the entire server. We're going to be building a nice little golden carrot factory. So we're going to have at least 6 villagers here. We're still deciding on what design it should be. We're trying to figure out which one would be the most efficient. So far, we're looking at putting the villagers inside the composters, but that will be actually hilariously difficult. So once that's done, we'll move all the villagers into here from the iron farm breeder, and then we'll get all the emeralds from the raid farm and put them into the composters. Blaze and I have made substantial progress on the little carrot factory. We have 2 villagers in and a librarian that is refusing to change his trades. And if it turns out that he can't change his trades, I'm just gonna set him on fire. That won't change the amount of emeralds it costs to make it. So we've tried our best to make the actual hut look as good as possible. So we tried to make it look weathered. I added some lumps here and there in the roof, and we added some broken bits of the wood falling down. I really hope it looks nice. We'll see what Piganotto thinks. Zephyro and Redstone Engineer are also working on the Nether Hub, and they've made pretty good progress on it. It looks very nice. They've broken some bedrock at each of the corners. No idea what that's for. And they've made a giant circle of obsidian. I don't know what the idea of this this Nether Hub is going to be, but I really want to help out since it looks like a pretty fun thing to do. We'll see if they come on later on and allow me to help. I'm here with Zephyro. It's the next day on the server, and we're going to be breaking all the bedrock on this in this circle down to the 3rd layer, like that one down there, because he wants easy access with an elytra in and out, as opposed to that tiny hole we had before. So breaking bedrock, it's a very easy thing to do. You just need a decent auto clicker and the right materials. So the way we do it is that we place a piston here and a TNT on top of here. I actually need to turn the auto clicker off for a second. Place 2 endstone bits here, place TNT right here, and a lever, and then just turn it on, toggle the auto clicker, and press and hold under the right side, piston in the hand, and then that should break the bedrock. Very nice, it broke the bedrock. So we actually compiled a ton of, like a lot of TNT over this one. I think, yeah, this one. There's a lot of TNT here. It used to be a shulker box, but we went through it quite quickly because to break one bit of bedrock, you need 2 TNT. I'm just going to do a time-lapse of us breaking down the entire layer. the end of the time lapse, we have a good chunk of the bedrock removed. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Zafaro, this is mostly Zafaro. I had to go to bed and he did this overnight, and I have to say he's done a fantastic job. Even with this tiny chunk out of the massive circle, still easily lets us in and out with elytra. I can't imagine how easy it will be to get in and out of the roof of the Nether once this entire thing is done. But I have a few other projects worked on while I was away that I want to show you. First off, I want to show off my house. I know what you may be thinking. You showed us your house so many times. What could have possibly changed this time? Well, instead of just some random decoration thing, I actually took out the enchanting table and I added stairs to another floor. So if we head down, we can see a lovely little cozy place for all the few of the machines I'm going to be having. So here I'm going to fill the wall up with shulker boxes. So I have a cooler storage. And this, what you may be wondering, is what on earth is this? Well, it's a super smelter. Now the way that this works is I have a machine over here that when I flick this lever, it will fuel my super smelter with bamboo. And all the output, all the smelted stuff gets put into these chests. So if I head into Scout, we can see what it looks like on the inside of the space for my machines. I haven't mob-proofed it very well, so there's going to be a few mobs walking around, but that hopefully shouldn't affect anything. Now, I have a small super smelter here that isn't actually with any minecarts, because I couldn't be bothered to make the minecart version, even though it would have been cheaper. It just smelts it and puts it into this dropper, where it's instantly sent up into the storage system, and everything is all smelted. And whenever this needs refueling, I can just flick the switch, which will then turn on Ilmango's zero-tick bamboo design, which is really efficient. I couldn't use the my shaky sand one because it's not unload safe. And ever since 1.15, if you turn your head away from a chunk, it will actually unload instead of you being in it. It will be okay. I guess it was just for rendering fixes and stuff like that. It is now the next day on the server, and we have a very special guest coming on for a tour of the server. The guest is none other than EagleEye621 himself. The man himself here on the server to take a look at some of the builds we've made on the server. So if you don't know who EagleEye621 is, he's the person that founded boat-free shaky sand for 1.15 when it was patched. And and he has a lot of subscribers on his channel, so I definitely suggest you go check his channel out. We've done a few things together before, but this is probably going to be the most impressive. So we're just going to hop onto a voice chat, and we're going to get ready for the entire tour. Welcome to my humble abode. A fellow member, Pigonetto, helps me decorate it. They are much better at building than any of us on the server. I
like the decapitated head for decoration, because
well, we have a villager that trades heads here on the server. It also trades your head, but only for today since you're touring it. I also built myself a chicken cooker, and I involuntarily became the main food source for the entire server.
Is this my head right here?
Yes, it's yours. After I built this chicken cooker, I became the food source for the entire server because every day people come into my house to take chicken from me.
It's good to know I'm welcome here, as you've been severing my head and throwing it around everywhere.
Well, it wasn't us, it was the villager in the obsidian pillar that we'll show you at some point. Most of us have an Afk Fish Farm in each of our houses, because we need printed books on the server. And downstairs, I made a super smelter recently, simply because I got tired of doing the old way of putting it with the furnace. And for the bamboo fuel, I just used Ilmango's zero-tick bamboo design, since I knew that shaky sand would break.
Yeah.
Where's
the input and output for your...
Yeah, it's on the smelter chests. We also have a command / trigger scout if you want to go into spectator mode.
Like a little bat cave down here.
Oh, it's not just a bat cave. It's the sacrificial platform. Get on the platform now.
Oh no.
We just set this.
Being sacrificed for a good harvest.
We just set this up 5 minutes ago. It wasn't my idea. It was all Zaphiro's. Don't look at me. I like how you said. I like how you thought. It's just like, it's very nice to see that I'm so welcome here. We also have a little public super smelter over here. It's right next to the slime chunk that we dug out after we built the old slime farm. What was pretty awful is that when we built this old slime farm, Zaphyro, I don't know what he was thinking, but he decided to take a look at amidst and find out that the slime farm over there was built in the wrong place. And before we knew that, we were wondering, oh, why isn't it giving us any slime or anything? What have we done wrong? We built it in the wrong chunk, so it worked.
No. It wasn't a slime chunk?
No, it was not a slime chunk. Who uses horses, especially not skeleton horses? They're super slow.
You still need some bunnies around here.
I don't see the point in farming bunnies, but maybe. Probably.
The feet. It's about the feet, man.
What, for jump boosts? Like, who uses jump boost when you've got beacons?
Yeah, spoken like someone that has no rabbits. Say, did it just break with an iron golem chilling on the side?
I know, it's not you probably have to widen it a little bit. Usually that type of thing doesn't happen, but there's like a, there is fluctuations, I guess, with its momentum and yada yada yada, nerd stuff. So this is a raid farm I built. I built this raid farm relatively in secret. No one actually knew about it. I didn't actually tell anyone about the raid farm just yet because I was still building it. It's finished, but we don't have any villagers in it. So once we get the villagers inside it, we'll be completely done with it and we can use it. And it gives us around, what, 30,000, that's ridiculous. 3,000 emeralds per hour. Along with
3,000 emeralds per hour.
3,000 emeralds per hour. I can't remember who designed it, but it's a really ingenious design. Basically what happens is that we trick the game into spawning all the raid waves on this ice platform here, and then once it's all spawned in, occasionally if a ravager spawns in, it'll push a pillager across the ice and into one of these tripwire hooks, telling the farm that there's a raid there, and it will push it all in with this slime block flying machine. I downloaded the schematic for this file and for this farm, and I just built it from whatever was there. The only thing we need now is just 4 villagers. I've been meaning to do it, but I just couldn't find the time to do it. Unfortunately, I think that's all the time I've got for today. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you really loved it, do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, and me personally. And also, make sure to go check out EagleEye621's videos on his YouTube channel. He does some great builds, great stuff, and we use a few of his farms here on the server regularly. Also, we now have an application form for FutureCraft. So if you head over to our Discord server, links to that will be in the description down below, you can find the channel #application details, and you'll find the link for the form in that channel. And if you fill out, we'll all vote on it, and maybe, just maybe, you might become the next member on FutureCraft. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.